Okay, picture this. Your fridge notices you're low on milk. It then goes ahead and orders more from the cheapest local store, and it's delivered before you even knew you were running out. I know, it sounds like science fiction, right? But it's not. This is the very beginning of what we're calling the autonomous economy. And it's a fundamental shift that's poised to change, well, pretty much everything about how we buy and sell things.
You know, to really get a handle on where we're going, we've got to take a quick look at where we've been. And this quote just nails it. Money isn't really about coins or paper. At its core, it's always been a technology for managing trust, and that trust is what's made all of human commerce possible for thousands of years.
So let's do a quick trip back in time, shall we? We're going to trace how our ideas about trust have changed over the centuries. Because as you'll see, every single one of these leaps forward has been setting the stage for the crazy autonomous world we're stepping into right now.
Way back when, trust was personal. You traded with people you knew and remembered who owed what. Then, bam! Coinage comes along, and suddenly you can trust the stamp on a piece of metal, letting you trade with total strangers. After that, banking ledgers connected that trust across entire continents. And finally, we get to fiat currency, where trust is completely abstract, backed only by a government's promise. You see the pattern here? Each step wasn't just a new way to pay. It was about blowing the doors open on the scale of the economy.
And that brings us right here to today. We've gone from trusting our neighbors to trusting global systems. So what on earth could be next? Well, the next big leap isn't actually about a new kind of money. It's about who, or maybe more accurately what, is doing the actual buying and selling.
And that's where this new kind of technology comes into play. We're talking about a completely different flavor of artificial intelligence. This isn't an AI that's built to just help you. It's an AI that's built to do things for you.
We call it agentic AI. And no, these are not just glorified chatbots. Think of them as digital workers. It's like having a personal assistant that doesn't just find flight options for your vacation, but actually goes ahead, books the best one, checks you in, and even rebooks your connection if there's a delay, all without you having to do a thing.
This chart really spells out the difference perfectly. A normal chatbot, it helps you search. You ask for a lasagna recipe, it gives you one. But an agentic AI, it's all about do it for me. It finds that recipe. Then it orders all the ingredients from the grocery store with the best prices, and it schedules the delivery to arrive right when you get home from work. It's not about giving you information. It's about achieving a real-world goal for you.
And let me be clear, this is not some far-off futuristic dream. It is already happening, and it's having a massive impact. According to Shopify, orders that were driven by this kind of AI discovery have shot up 11 times. 11! This isn't coming, it's already here. So what's the engine powering this whole thing? I mean, what's going on under the hood that allows these AI agents to actually interact with the real world of products and payments and shipping?
I mean, seriously, how can a piece of software on your phone securely talk to a retailer's inventory system and then a bank's payment network? Well, it all comes down to two critical, mostly invisible layers that are working together perfectly behind the scenes. First, you've got the language. The easiest way to think about APIs is as a universal translator for machines. They're basically the digital handshakes that let all these different software systems talk to each other, share data, and trigger actions automatically and securely.
Okay, so if APIs are the language, then modern telecom networks are the nervous system that carries all those conversations. And we're not talking about old-school passive wires here. These are intelligent, incredibly fast networks that are built to handle billions of these agent-to-agent transactions in the blink of an eye. All right, so we've got the universal language and the high-speed nervous system in place, so now let's get to the fun part. What does it actually look like when these agents start shopping on our behalf?
So let's use that camping trip example again. Your agent sees the trip in your calendar, it knows your preferences, and it predicts you're going to need a new tent. So it goes to work, scanning suppliers, comparing products based on reviews and your past purchases. It finds the perfect one, uses an API to buy it and handle the payment, and then it tracks the shipping for you. The whole thing happens while you're at work, not even thinking about it.
And this is the key takeaway. Commerce is no longer something you do, a series of separate steps like searching and clicking and buying. Instead, it becomes this continuous loop that's always running in the background, constantly optimizing the logistics of your life for you 24/7.
Which, of course, brings us to the million-dollar question. If these autonomous agents are doing all the day-to-day buying and selling, what's left for us to do? What's our role in this new economy?
Well, what's so fascinating is this paradox we're seeing in the business world right now. On the one hand, trust is a huge hurdle. Very few companies are ready to just hand over the keys to an AI. But At the exact same time, almost half of the Fortune 500 are already piloting this technology. So even though they're nervous, they know they can't afford to be left behind.
For us as professionals, our role is making a big shift. We're moving from being the people who do the tasks to being the people who design the systems. We become the architects, the strategists, the ones who set the rules and boundaries for these agents. And for businesses, it's a game changer. It's not enough to have a user-friendly website anymore. You need to have an agent-friendly business so these autonomous shoppers can easily find you.
So I'll just leave you with this one last thought, because it really reframes everything. For the last 20 years, the most important question in digital business has been, what will the user click? But in the very near future, that might be the wrong question entirely. The new question is going to be, what will the agent choose?